What's going on, gamers? It's your boy Daily here, and today we are back with some more Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator 2. We find ourselves on the D-Day beaches, and we're gonna have Stormtroopers versus Stormtroopers here today. And I'm talking about Star Wars Stormtroopers versus World War II German Stormtroopers on the battlefield. So, we've got Star Wars Stormtroopers that are going to be disembarking from these LCVPs here, baby, and charging on up. There are 3 million Stormtroopers, as well as 50,000 Death Trooper commandos with them, and they are going to be fighting against the World War II German Stormtroopers, where there are 1.2 million of them, and they've got Panthers and flak guns to help them out. Let's see how this video goes. If you do enjoy, please be sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and comment down below. Let's get it. What's up, gamers? I'm here to tell you about Instant Gaming. Instant Gaming is an amazing place where you can get some fire deals on all sorts of video games. Seriously, it's like 60 to 95% off, as you can see here. These are all of the Star Wars titles they have. They literally have every Star Wars title. You can also get XCOM here, Men of War Assault Squad 2. All of the games I play on the channel you can buy here for extremely cheap prices. If you use my affiliate link in the description, it helps me out a ton. So thank you guys for listening to this sponsorship, and thank you to Instant Gaming for continuing to sponsor the channel. Alrighty then, gamers, so the World War II Stormtroopers are standing still and awaiting the approach of the Star Wars Stormtroopers that are coming on forward here. And the Star Wars troopers are already losing men, because as the men disembark on the boats, there's a chance they take damage and die. And so that is sort of a risk on this map for the attackers, is that they are just going to die due to natural causes as they get out of the boats. And now we have the absolute spam of flak gun fire coming onto the beaches here, and just hitting a whole lot of these Stormtroopers who are kind of clustered up, and it is managing to get a solid number of kills right there. Whew, that is going to be a rough start for the Star Wars Troopers, but of course the Star Wars Troopers have better health, better weapons, better accuracy than the World War II guys, so the World War II guys really need as best of a start as they can possibly get. But look at all that spam fire going in there. It's pretty cool to watch, I must say. That's pretty baller. There they are. They're up there. They're just spamming away, getting that outgoing fire, and just hitting them hard. But there we go. The Star Wars troopers do start to engage with the World War II troopers down below. These Panthers, I'm not sure the range on them. Are they firing? I don't think the Panthers are really firing just yet. Hopefully they do start firing as the Star Wars Stormtroopers start coming further and further up, but I do believe the World War II soldiers are starting to fire a good bit, and we do have reinforcements that are coming in for the World War II Germans. These guys are running from the very back of the map, back there, all the way to the front to engage with the Star Wars Stormtroopers, and there is, of course, this thin line at the front to try and stop the Star Wars troopers before they come too close and stuff like that. So yeah, it is going to be one doozy of a battle going forward here, and I'm not entirely sure who is going to win it, of course, but it does seem like at the moment there are only 2.8 million Star Wars troopers remaining on the battlefield, with 1.2 million World War II troopers also remaining on the battlefield. So both sides taking a few losses, but the Star Wars troopers taking significantly more from their starting 3 million soldiers. Well, it was 3.05 or so. It was like 3,050,000. So yeah, I mean they're already down to 2.75 million now. So their losses are increasing as we go. I think it's partially the guys coming off of the boats and dying that way, as well as, of course, that artillery fire can be pretty devastating to these guys. Either way, we are getting just stacks upon stacks of fire going out now in terms of the tanks, as well as the infantry and those flak guns too. So the World War II units are pulling out all the stops to try and destroy this Stormtrooper army before they can invade fully here. And those reinforcements coming in and actually going down to the beaches here, those guys are going to end up being rather important, I will say, because they're going to slow down the Stormtroopers from killing all of the flak guns above. These flak guns, it'd be really nice if they could stay alive. Of course, some will go down as Star Wars fire arcs over the hills there and stuff like that, but it would be very, very clutch for those things to stay as alive as possible. We've, of course, still got tanks firing too, but it does seem like overall the artillery capabilities of the World War II units has gone down a little bit. It is slower firing than what we were previously seeing. And that could cause some problems going forward here for sure. Look at those tanks. The Tonkus. How much health do they have? They have 15,000 health. That's pretty good. Let's go ahead and try and get some shots out here. It's pretty hard to aim these things. They don't really... Oh. Sometimes they shoot straight into the ground. Sometimes they shoot straight forward. Sometimes they just don't work at all. But there we go. We got a hit right there. And of course, whenever you do a hit, it only counts as a kill if you directly hit them. But if you get splash damage on them, it does not count as a kill, even though they do die. It's very strange. So that is going to be a problem going forward, I have a feeling. All right, more of those reinforcements coming on in from the back lines there. Beautiful. We still have 2.5 million Star Wars Stormtroopers remaining, but we've got 1.1 million World War II Stormtroopers remaining. So the Star Wars troopers are losing soldiers at a far faster rate than the World War II Stormtroopers on the battlefield. Although this far right side over here seems to be an absolute graveyard right now. For some reason, the Stormtroopers are hitting the Germans extremely hard over here. Very few tanks remaining, most of these dead, and very little infantry except for the reinforcements that are running in. I would hate to be the infantrymen running into this area because you just know that almost everyone's died over there. The middle is doing far better currently. Seems like the flanks are just taking an extra beating here. I've also got these guys up on the cliff sides that are defending from atop, and they seem to be doing some pretty decent sniper shots and things like that. I mean, that most certainly is going to be helpful, but the Stormtroopers are just relentless over here on the flanks and are coming in and already cruising to the sides of the World War II Germans over this way. So it is getting more and more difficult for the World War II Germans to manage to win this thing overall. This is getting pretty brutal. I'm seeing a lot of dead Panthers. There's very few remaining. There's one alive. There's a couple alive over here. But a lot of these Panthers have died on the battlefield now. And what about the flak guns? The flak guns might have all died in the background. They're very fragile. Yeah, there's just little pockets of flak guns still alive that have better hill cover. And so these guys are still managing to get shots off, but the other ones that were a little bit more exposed probably just got hit by some stray bullets and ended up going down that way, which tends to happen a good bit. It's not a very good thing when it does happen, but it does happen. I think this is actually a pretty nice angle to do our first time-lapse of the video. Whoa! Okay. To do our first time-lapse of the video from, because we can see the bottom beach defenses, we can see the flak guns firing, and we can see those white Stormtroopers moving in from the beachhead right there. So this is going to be a nice angle. Why don't we go ahead and cue this up? 2.1 million Star Wars Stormtroopers remaining, 1 million World War II Stormtroopers remaining. Let's get it. Alright guys, it's been a few minutes and we are down to 1.5 million Star Wars Stormtroopers versus 754,000 World War II Stormtroopers. The blood lakes are forming here and the World War II Stormtroopers seem to be getting kind of butchered on the beaches here. This is a rough state for them. They are having a lot of trouble establishing themselves out here and managing to fight against these Stormtroopers. Look at how white the ground is where all the dead Stormtroopers are. There's quite a number of them. At least a lot of these guys are also dying, which is good. I think these guys do less damage than the World War II Stormtroopers actually with their E11s, but the Death Troopers do more with their E11Ds. However, I think maybe all the Death Troopers died because I'm not seeing any. There's only 50,000 of them, so maybe all those guys are already gone, which would be a huge reprieve for the World War II guys because those Death Troopers were definitely doing the most damage to them overall. That would probably be helpful. Let's check the flanks because, oh yeah, the flanks are like almost completely overrun over here. Look at this. It is brutal. I am seeing Stormtroopers dead all the way up to here though. So the guys up top here are still doing a actually pretty bang up job clearing out a lot of these Stormtroopers, which is good. But it is rough. I mean, this is not going to be an easy battle for either side from this point on. There's 1.3 million Star Wars Stormtroopers and 66,000 World War II Stormtroopers. World War II Stormtroopers are almost out of flak guns. There's still a pretty good pocket up here, and there's a couple pockets over that way. But overall, they are dwindling, and those were a main killing point for them. Those things did a lot of damage, so They want to keep them up. Are there still Stormtroopers entering the beach is the question I have. And yes, sir, they are. So we still have reinforcements coming in for the Stormtroopers. Why are they glowing green? Why are the boats green? I thought the boats used to be gray. There must be a bizarre glitch going on. Am I, like, selecting them or something? I mean, no, that must be a new glitch with the new update or something along those lines for Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator 2. Not entirely sure why that is, but as you can see, still tons more Star Wars Stormtroopers entering the battlefield and reinforcing. I'm not sure when they're going to run out of those, but they hopefully will soon for the World War II guys, because they are getting into trouble. Getting into some serious trouble over here. It is no bueno. Where did those flak guns go? They're over here. Yeah, it's getting rough. It do be getting pretty rough. Why don't we go ahead and do another time lapse and see how this goes? I'm thinking like right here we can see the Stormtroopers coming in and the World War II Stormtroopers forming up defenses over here. 1 million Star Wars Stormtroopers versus 500,000 World War II. It's getting close. Alright, the World War II army over here is falling apart, and it looks like all of the flak guns now got destroyed over here. There are still 310,000 World War II troops left alive, and they do have a fairly easy defense over here because the Stormtroopers are going to be coming up, and these guys can just shoot them before they can get up, which is actually fairly nice. That's going to be pretty solid, hopefully, and we'll see how this actually ends up going. And it's probably similar in other areas too. Yeah, like over here. Sort of similar vibes going on over here as well. Actually, there's a lot more World War II soldiers left alive in these different parts than in other parts. And look at this. These guys are storming the beach still over here. Oh, wow. The far right is doing way better than the far left. Look at this. These guys are moving in and killing Stormtroopers right at the origin. Right at the source. There's still 666,000 Stormtroopers left alive. 238,000 World War II troopers left alive. I think World War II is going to lose. I don't know. I don't know, dude. It is getting very, very close. I'd be curious to see a time lapse of this over here, because this, I think, would be kind of cool to watch. Let's do it. Okay, so the Stormtroopers are making it up here. The World War II guys are making a pretty valiant defense, but they're slowly but surely getting whittled away by the Stormtroopers. Stormtroopers, it appears, are not getting any more reinforcements, but they do have 466,000 troopers on the battlefield. They're losing those troopers pretty fast. I mean, lots and lots of them are dying, but there's only 27,000 World War II troopers left. I think they got pretty much wiped out over there. It's just these little pockets of resistance holding, and look, they're getting flanked over here. That's going to be real bad for them. Yeah, that pretty much negates their entire little choke point thing they were doing on the hillside here, and now they're going to get swarmed from the back. I mean, they came very close. They killed 2.5 million Star Wars troopers in the course of this defense, as there's only 450,000 of them remaining. It's actually 2.6 million because of the additional 50,000 death troopers. So that is really, really not bad at all. And they're still getting kills. It seems like if they had maybe an additional 100k troopers, or maybe just like 1,000 more flak guns even, they could have pulled this through and managed to win. But sadly, the Star Wars might ended up being a little bit too powerful for them, and they ended up biting the bullet and going down. 4,000 of them remaining. They're just getting absolutely butchered, and I think these are the last remaining troops right here. We just happen to see them. There might be a couple over there. I'm not entirely sure. All right, 1,500 remaining. Oh, nope, these weren't the last of the troopers. There's still 1,200 somewhere. They must be over this way. Now there's 900. All right, there's some firing going on over here. Oh yeah, we got some World War II troops over this way too. They are getting butchered at the moment. Whew. Man, they came real close. They came real close. And it seems like there's also maybe a couple over here. I see shots going out over here. Maybe not. Maybe that's a red herring. I don't know. 194 World War II troops left. They're just chilling over here. They're trying to make the most of it. Trying to get a few more kills. I'm going to try it. No! I'm trying to help them. Trying to get them a few more kills. I can't even see where the Stormtroopers are, dude. over there, but like they're behind the hill, so I don't know how we're getting shot here. Whatever. We're dying. We're over it. It's Jover. It's Jover. Either way, guys, that's going to be about it for today's video. I hope you did enjoy. Please be sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, with notifications on, and comment down below. I'll see you on the next one. Peace. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Be sure to click that subscribe button for more content, and hit the notification bell if you'd like to be alerted to whenever I live stream or upload. Thanks so much.